You know, the fucking vibes back like we never left. Rise of the fucking lost. If it wasn't us, then who? I know it was a long time coming. It's been a little bit, about a month since the last episode of Unrehearsed dropped on the Encore podcast. Make sure y'all tapped into those 40 episodes if you haven't. But we are here now with the continuation of the choice to be great in real motherfucking time. Ain't no pauses, ain't no delays. The work is being done behind the scenes, and we are here to share those experiences with you as individuals traversing the motherfucking path to greatness. Brother Blake in the fucking building, I saw fanfare and all that good shit. The God, peace. How you feeling?
I'm feeling appreciative, bro.
Appreciative.
Feeling grateful.
Blessed.
That's it.
That's a good place to be.
Moments.
That's a good motherfucking place to be. You know, the attitude is gratitude, so you know the motherfucking vibe. So, without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. What is today's motherfucking topic? Should it be diligence?
We can expound upon that.
Should we expound upon diligence? So, any person that is in a state of observing their own pattern, it gets to the point that you recognize your motivation isn't what drives you at all towards doing what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's not your motivation. It becomes the disciplines that we have. Now, the disciplines that I spoke about before on Rehearse, go check that out, is nothing without the diligence. And the diligence is your ability to observe what your discipline is and stay in it even when you don't feel like it, even when things don't look right, even when your bills aren't paid the way you want them to be. Those are the defining moments as an individual on their path to personal greatness. Are they diligent in that moment? How you feel about diligence?
Diligence is, not only is it essential, but it's innate. I think that we just ignore it. And not just ignoring the opportunity, ignoring that in that moment that we have, all we have to do is stay the course. We start to self-sabotage, we get in our heads, and it kind of draws us away from what we were already setting out to do. We're literally just thinking of ways to stop us from doing it already. We're already in the moment. We're already making the choice, but we find ways to stop ourselves.
And you think everybody innately sees it?
No, I didn't say see it.
Nah, just the ability to be diligent is innately there.
Again. We're in these moments. We see what we have. We see what's here in front of us. The moments where we're in that mode of finding a way to not go to the gym. You are literally stopping yourself from already doing it. You're already in motion. You're just finding a way not to carry it through, but we don't see it like that. But to be able to just know that awareness. Okay, that's there. We're just ignoring it.
Shit, you're either ignoring it or you really just don't see that shit because you're blind, deaf, and fucking dumb. Which is also always that option because there are many people that are blind, deaf, and fucking dumb. Ignorance is taught.
This
Perception.
To ignore knowledge.
Perception and perspective is something that, you know, we all have a perspective, we all have perception, but is it a cultivated one? Did we take the time as we grew and then hindsight being 2020, observe what past perceptions and perspectives we had, seeing the validity in the current?
You're saying seeing the validity
of
right now?
Yeah, of a past perspective.
Yeah, okay.
In all of its faultiness. So yeah, of course, you're right. Choices, so it's all innate to some degree because these are immutable laws of existence. But in the same breath, which level of the matrix are we addressing? Which level of niggas being indoctrinated into a way of thinking, a way of being, a way of doing, a way of everything. And then we sit here talking just because we on some, oh, yo, you know, there's a 5D. Now we like, yeah, these niggas don't know there's 5D. These niggas is dumb.
That don't mean it's not there.
Ah.
That what I'm saying, that doesn't, just because I ignore the truth does not take away from the truth. That's just me ignoring the truth.
But you have to know it to be true to call it truth. You have to personally.
For a personal truth.
Yes. So yes, immutable laws. The truth is the truth. But if I cannot perceive truth, if I have something that's blocking me for whatever reason, then it doesn't matter. I don't see it the way you do. And it's not the truth for me. Now you start falling into, you know, psychological disorders, mental ailments, mental illness, etc., etc.
But that's literally, okay. There are certain things that are true. Whether you believe it, whether I believe it, anyone, doesn't take away from it being the truth. So, yes, these are personal truths that we'll adopt. So someone will say, I was personally accountable from this point on because I know this is my personal truth to have resilience to do these things. But in the truth of all, there's nothing here that is not opportunity. We are creating what we have to be diligent for out of our own perception, what we're clinging to. But that doesn't take away from what is autonomously happening. Like in real time, I've watched you make decisions, staying the course, being diligent. Whether you chose to recognize it on your own, that resonated with the truth based off of what we see it to be, what it feels like it is. Again, the immutable laws. But what I'm saying is, I don't see anything that's coming outside of you that was never there to begin with. That's what I'm saying. Even on an innate level, we're not learning things, we're relearning. It's like with resilience.
Accepting that it's there.
Because the awareness is there. It's like, okay, I'm aware that I am limitless. I'm aware that the only, what is it? The devil, the one who creates obstacles. One who creates obstacles. By definition, who's the devil?
The voice in our head.
But we're taught to think that it's outside of us.
Looking for the external source.
So
the
again,
devil's outside, so heaven is within.
So
Okay,
again,
really nice,
that it's not taken away from, I'm using this to create a problem, an issue, something, an obstacle, when really this is just an opportunity to be my optimal self. I'm choosing not to see it in this moment. And for whatever reason, I may self-sabotage. That's all I'm saying.
True. Fuck.
That
So
escalated
then,
quickly.
all right. So that's a. How would you surmise one's journey to diligence if that now becomes the new force that they want to indoctrinate into themselves? How would you approach the observation of a lack of diligence in certain areas? Because it's all going to boil back to the discipline. So obviously, like, how's it tied to the discipline, and where and how can one add in general diligence?
If we're going based off of choices and you're choosing to be diligent, look at the things that you're asking yourself to be diligent of. Are these things really that I'm really interested in? There's an intent behind it? Or am I just trying to be diligent in this because I know that this can get me certain places? This is going to take me somewhere, as opposed to, are you being diligent with everything that is for you? Maybe sometimes that we're being diligent in areas that don't require our energy or space. So now we internalize as, well, shit, I'm that's a letdown because I was being diligent with this particular venture journey. But because it's not in line for me, now I have a vendetta against being diligent. So I've now talked myself out of it in things that may give me some type of feeling and passion. So choose, before you become diligent, choose what is in alignment for you. Because then the diligence, it doesn't seem that heavy. It doesn't seem that heavy.
Well, you choose not to accept that it's heavy anymore. See, I like that. I like that for me because it has to become Kiss. Kiss always got to overlie everything. Shout out to Scorpio Rogers. Shout out to my professor. Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, I mean, because we always trying to break down layer upon layer upon layer. So then when we articulate, sometimes it comes out sounding like a layer upon layer upon layer. And then the simplicity lies in the elevator pitch. And then to go even deeper, the simplicity lies in making it make sense in a sentence if possible, but surmising it all. So the way I would see what you just said and the way I see it for myself is that the diligence can only be applied when you truly observe what your personal discipline is to be. Find your discipline, and now you'll have your reason, your why, to be diligent.
Find your why.
Find your why. We always get back to that one. A lot of y'all motherfuckers still ain't found that bitch. You still sitting here staring at him, yo, kid, I was waiting for you to come back. I was a hiatus and I was so worried about. You wasn't worried about shit, nigga, because in all that time, here's what shit get wicked. Here's what shit get wicked, right? Because if any of y'all motherfuckers is watching this shit and you got the same fucking problems you had from episode 1 and that bitch ain't changed not a notch, then you ain't do not a damn thing, I promise you. Unless you living under tyrannical rule, I already said, I'm not talking to you. But if you in real life, like, yo, I wanted to go to the gym, but I didn't. Nigga, it's been about 6 motherfucking months since this shit started, and you ain't this shit yet, this might not be the channel for you, daddy, yo. But we here, and this is the rise of the fucking lost. Episode motherfucking 1. Back at it like a crack habit. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe, like,
hit that button.
Share, hit the fucking button.
That
and if
button.
you don't, I swear you really don't love me the way you say you do. But worse, you really don't fucking love yourself.
Next
I'll see y'all
topic.
on the next one.
Next topic.
See y'all on the next one.